going on, guys? So going to Keith's right now to pick up my oil feed line sandwich plate that this turbo needs, so that way I can get my car back to Keith's so I can get plumbed up. So big shout out to my buddy Tim. Actually had the piece that I needed. I ended up ordering the wrong piece. It was too big, so I ended up remeasuring everything and then found out, well, I ordered the wrong piece. So a buddy of mine, Tim, actually had it at the house, and I needed it quickly because apparently I'm supposed to get a bunch of snow this weekend, and I want to get the car over to Keith before the snow hits, because Keith said he could work on it during the little snow blizzard thing that we're going to have. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but apparently I'm supposed to get some snow. And then I'm going to be working on Dylan's car and get that finished up while the snow's here. So my car will be getting done at Keith's. I'll be getting Dylan's car at my house. And then by the time Keith's done with my car, hopefully I'll have Dylan's car done, and I can get my car back in the garage and start some other small winter upgrades that I got to do this winter. So we'll go down here, we'll get this part, we'll head back to my house, get everything installed, and start the cart with a new turbo. It won't have exhaust on it, and it won't be hooked up to the charge pipe, of course, but it'll be enough to get on a trailer and get it to Keith's. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, we're gonna start her up. There you go. She's running. She's going to Keith's to get plumbed up. Got to get this stuff all hooked up. Everything looks good. No oil leaks. No drain leaks. We're good, guys. All right. When we see her again, she'll have full exhaust on her and ready to test. Oh, he's closed. Can't pick it up when it's closed. Yellow! Hey. Where are you? Oh, you back here welding. We're here at Keith's. Oh, snap. Woo! How tight that is. She's all finished. Did a pretty awesome job. Man. I need to clean her up. Here we got our dump coming down, and it's tight.
Yeah, Bailey from B35 welded it up. Did a hell of a job.
Looks good. Shout out to Keith and Bailey for hooking this up. Looks real nice. I think oil filter change are gonna be a little harder, but we'll figure it out. And then we got our cold side all done up as well. Time to make some power. All right, well, she's back in her home. Big turbo, real big turbo. So I went out when I first got it back and tried to do a little shakedown runs on it. And it's gonna take a lot of work to retune the car to this big turbo that I got. Of course, the map's a little different because the efficiency ranges of the turbos are much different. So this is fat down low, lean up high. So it's gonna take a while to get the tune back down. I gotta retune my boost controller and the duty cycles. And then once all that's done, then I gotta start on my launch tune and figure out where we're gonna have to rev this thing to get boost. So when we were trying to do two-step at Keith's, a couple of the clamps weren't very tight. So I had a really bad boost leak. Really bad, because when I went out and did a hit, it only made 6 or 7 pounds. And I popped the charge pipe and I come back, check all the clamps, retightened everything, and then it made like 15 or 16. So it was losing half its boost. So I have not went out yet to try to spool it on the brake since I've fixed all the boost leaks. So it's gonna obviously act a lot different. But I know it's still gonna take more RPM to get this thing lit. It's a bigger turbo. But when I did tighten everything up and took it out, it actually comes on pretty decent. A little lazier than the 72, of course. It's gonna. I mean, it's 4 or 500 horsepower, bigger turbo. But not as lazy as I thought it was gonna be. So it's not that bad. I'm gonna figure it out because once I get this bad boy figured out, she's gonna set some new PRs for sure. So anyways, guys, today I'm just putting the lip on. I don't have my carbon APR lip on. I really like that. It kind of acts as like a wind duck. Once the front end comes up, the wind is kind of pushing underneath the car and keeping the front end up. So I really like having that splitter on the front end. I think it helps out a lot. And I just got to do some button ups on my bumpers here. I think we are going to need to trim. As you can see, it is hitting, so we're going to need to trim or beat this back a little bit. Keith did notch these to push this back, but my carbon fiber piece here, as you can see, only lets it come back so far. So it is hitting still. So I'm even gonna notch, and all this is the shroud. So I'm even gonna notch this or just kind of beat it in with a hammer, see if it stills, because once I get this puppy working, she's gonna get sent out to Ken's polishing and get a nice polish job so it can look like the rest of the car. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this splitter on, and then maybe I would take you guys out for a couple runs and see dial the boost in and everything. So I want to show you guys something really cool for you Nitrous guys. Didn't know they made ones that plugged right into 110. And George Easterday at Digger Die let me borrow this one because my 12-volt one started to give me some problems. So I'm pulling the 12-volt out. And then my wife, Lindsay, got me one of these for Christmas so I can give George's back. Or I might just give George a new one and I'll just keep this one. But yeah, so I really like it. It warms the bottle up really quick for you. And I mean, I only use the bottle to spool the car, so I'm not dependent on boost pressure or bottle pressure. So as long as it's, you know, up there at 900 area, whatever, it spools. I mean, it even spools if it's at 700, but it obviously spools better when you got a nice bottle pressure. So just a big heads up, guys, these things work awesome. And I got the extra big heater. This one's for the bigger bottles, so it covers the entire bottle. I just put the clamps right over it, and man, it heats it up quick. I mean, this was all the way down to like, I don't know, 500 or 600 about 2 minutes ago, and it's already warming up. So it'll be at 900 in no time. What's up, guys? Back in the S2K. This car's just really loud, so I'm gonna try to speak up, but the GoPro audio kind of sucks. But so what we're gonna do that today is we're just gonna get a baseline. boost cut, safety features, and why a lot of guys don't run this stuff. But it got a little warm, and then the boost blew it out. I see like 30 pounds of boost, and it got all loose, and I was like, what the heck, should only be like 16, 17. Well, when you got a hole in your wastegate lines. And this is why you don't run a turbo without a guard. Yep. I just sucked something into the turbo. Stupid mistake. I should have waited for my guard, but I've ran the big guards before. I've never had issues with anything sucking anything up until now. Well, I guess we're done with this until the turbo goes out for repair. That sucks. What are you gonna do? So, guess I'll call Precision up and see when they can take this in and fix the wheel. But that's it. Thanks for the support, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. Catch you later. All right, guys, so we dug into our compressor wheel problem a little more. So it really just needs a wheel. Back plate just has a couple little nicks. The problem with that, though, is that Precision doesn't sell parts. So cover's fine. A couple nicks here and there, but nothing that would affect. So kind of sucks that Precision's really specific on not selling parts. I'd have to send this to them, and then they'd probably tell me that it needs a center housing or bearings, because the bearings do kind of feel like, bearing feels fine, and it's got good, there's no play. Like the turbo seems fine. So I don't know if Precision would just stick a wheel on it, and depending on how much a wheel costs, I really didn't pay that much for this turbo, so I don't know if it's even worth it at this point. So I got some stuff to think about, some people to talk to, and go from there. So, but don't do what I did, guys. Make sure you put some type of guard or filter on your turbo before you run it, and not be impatient like me. Also, I think I need to go away from these lines. So my bottom line here was getting hot and it blew out. So I put another one on, and this is thinner stuff, so I knew it wasn't gonna last. Like this is much thicker, so it held up a lot better. But this blew out like literally immediately. So I think I'm done with this, especially if I'm looking at downtime with the turbo. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make some braided and line stuff, -3 for all this. That way I don't have to worry about it ever again. And it won't melt, and it's solid. I've even had these lines where these would fail and they blew off, and that can cost you a race. So I think I'm just gonna go with AN fittings and stainless braided line for the gates. Won't cost that much. I make my own make my own fittings and line and stuff. So guess I'll jump on AN fittings direct and get some fittings for that.